Hey Ryan, so I got your code for 628, and the one I have doesn't compile. So I'm going to get you started here. I think this is stuff that was covered kind of way back with really with Ticket Machine, because that's where we're talking about accessors and mutators. So we wanted for, where's 628? What we were asked to do in 628 was create this player class, right? Yeah. And the player class should store at least the current room with the player, but you might want to store other information. Okay, so what did you have? You had name and current room. Okay, so you're storing that information. When we're storing information, there was this whole discussion in section 2.8 on accessors and mutators. So we had the in the Ticket Machine, we had price balance. It's all these private fields. And then we had public accessors. We had this get price method that just returns what the price is. Get balance returns the balance. Insert money is a mutator that changes the balance, right? So we want to do something like that for the player, okay? So let's when you get an error like this, one thing you can do is check this error message down here. It says cannot find symbol variable X. Okay, so I can't find any symbol called X. And you can also click on this question mark here, and it comes up and gives you more information. Okay, it says you are using a symbol here, a name for a variable, a method, or a class that is, and it tells you here it's a variable X. So you're using a symbol for a variable that has not been declared in any visible scope. There's no declaration for X. You never said anywhere that we have an int X. Okay, you declared name. You could have declared X here in the locally, or you could have declared it here as a field. But there's nothing saying that there's an X and what type of thing it is, right? If it's a primitive or if it's some kind of object. Check the spelling of the name. Did you mistype it? Because sometimes you'll do a typo. Like if you spelled name wrong down here, that would be an error. Or did you forget to declare it? There's no declaration, so it looks like that's your issue. Or maybe you did declare it. Okay. So if we declared it, one way we could declare it. I gotta click OK on this message. One way we could declare it is to say int x equals 0, right? That'll compile. Or you could have a, well, we'll get to this one in a second. Or you could have created a field up here in X, but there's no reason to have an X here. You're not doing anything with it, so let's just cut it out for now. All right. And now let's take a look at this other guy. It says current room. Okay, so here again, this is good because now you're getting an opportunity to see another variation here. So we got a question mark. One of the things it said here was, did you mistype it? Well, it looks fine here, but look at up here. You have it with 3 R's. Okay, so we really the version that we want it to be is with 2 R's, I believe. So I'm going to paste it here. So now they're both spelled the same. Cut and paste is great for avoiding typos, by the way. I use it all the time because I do a lot of typos myself. So if I hit compile now, everything compiles. Okay. The issue, one of the problems we have here though, is with your mutator, you have a private current room, but your mutator is private, so you can't use it anyplace else. So this should be public. Oh, sorry. What did I do here? This should be public. And Oh, well, I told you about typos. Okay, so then public, and you don't want to do any printing out of anything here. You want to do all your I/O in the game class, okay? And the reason for that is that you might decide to change the user interface in the game class at some point. You might want to have a graphical user interface or something. Okay, so you want to have all your I/O going through the game class, and then that way, if you do decide to change your interface at some point, you only need to make the changes in the game class. Okay, so so this is our mutator here for the current room, but we also want to have maybe accessors for room and name, right? So let's stick in. Oh, that's not what I meant. Undo that. Let's stick in insert a method here. So the method we want is, let's say we want to put in a get room here. So we're going to return a room. We're going to return this current room here. Okay. So if we say get room, that'll return that room. Okay. And again, I'll copy and paste so I don't mess up the typing. Okay. This no longer has any parameters, right? We're not passing it anything. So for the accessors, you don't pass anything in because you're just getting information. Again, we're keeping this public. And what we're going to return is the current room. Okay. Get the current room. All right. And then we want to do something like that for the name. Let me put it like this. Get the player's name and return the name. And we'll call this one get name. How about that? All right. So now we have that's funny. Why is this? Let's see. Incompatible types. Oh, yeah, that's right. Name is a string, right? All right. And let's do this. In the player. I don't know why this looks like it's not part of the method. I see. Well, okay. I'm gonna leave these out anyway because it's pretty obvious what these guys are. All right. Let's just look at it like this. All right, and then for player, let's do this. Let's set the name like that, okay? And basically what happens is if you use a parameter that's the same name as a field, inside that method, whenever you use the name, it's assumed to be the parameter that you're referring to. Okay, because otherwise we wouldn't know which name if we're talking about this parameter or this field, right? And the way you refer to the field is with this dot. Okay, so this is saying assign the parameter name to the field name, basically. Okay, so that compiles. All right, so yeah, so we have something that compiles, right? Hopefully, yeah. Okay, so that gets you started, and then I'm also going to send you a video that I sent to another student who was around where you are right at this moment. So hopefully that'll get you through the rest of the exercise.